Hey, everybody, and welcome back to Best Iowa Cleaning Podcast with Brandon.
And Ryan.
How are you?
Great. How you doing, man?
Good. Good as always. All right, Ryan. So I'm glad you could join me today.
Me too.
I'd like to talk about how we do the walkthrough process and present the bid.
Yeah, well, I'm excited to talk about that because I just recently went through one with you.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
You know, manager in training here. Yeah, would you take over the walkthrough process for me?
I would. I totally would. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, and full disclosure, Ryan did a great job.
Well, thank you. That's
Yeah.
very kind of you. And yeah, it felt good. It felt good. And you certainly did a great job too. And together, we got
I'm a
one.
seasoned veteran.
Yeah.
A bad one.
Seasoned like a bad steak.
Yeah, a little over tenderized. Definitely
Pulverized.
Oh yeah, man. All right, we'll get serious. But now there's a couple key things. You know, to be able to provide as much value as we possibly can on the podcast, I'd really like to dive in pretty deep so that people can really see what we do.
Yeah.
And if you're listening in, you got a cleaning company, please copy us. That's great. And if you have any questions or ways of doing it better, please reach out and type it into Facebook or YouTube and let us know if you guys do things differently. We'd like to. There's really we're not ever done learning.
Oh yeah,
So.
I know. That's the biggest part of this whole thing for me is just an ongoing learning experience, and it's it really is.
Some crazy times.
I would love to get like a janitors of the round table going. Seriously,
Hey,
So,
that's a great idea. Yeah.
anybody who's out there who's watching this, if you know somebody who owns a cleaning company or is just in cleaning, I'd just love to get more guests on the podcast too. That'd be really fun.
We need Arthur. We need Brave Sir Robin.
The Black Knight.
Yeah. For sure. What is it? Prince Lucky. He's my favorite. What the kittens? Oh, man. All right. So now that we've got all the fun out of the way, we're still going to have fun. There's probably... Let's do 4 different key points on this.
All right.
And so the first would be you get the inquiry on the website, you get a call, and we've done a video on disqualifiers. Mm-hmm. That would just be if 3 companies are showing up and they're going to get one of the bid. Usually it's the lowest. We're not interested. So you try to cancel out those type of customers before you even get there. Recently had a call from a customer that, a potential customer that wanted us to come in and do a walkthrough, and it didn't sound desirable at first, I'll be honest. But we came in, we presented the bid the same day, and it was 2 days later we had signed up.
Right.
So sometimes it's when you get in there and they get to meet you, they learn, I don't know. It's not they learn about you. It's more you're being quiet and listening to them and giving them advice. And actually, it turned out she was looking for advice on how to tailor their cleaning program to make it work better for their business. So that was pretty cool.
It was.
Yeah. And it was nice not focusing on us and actually on the customer. So that was good.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. All right. So after you disqualify them over the phone, or you try to just at least set a boundary, then we would go on site and meet the key person. And so what are some things you look for when we go in to meet that key person?
Yeah, so some things that you want to look for. Are you talking about the location itself as you're walking in, or?
Well, no, I'm talking about when you arrive on site. Should it just be an administrator? Should it be maybe the financial person that
the
writes
financial
the checks?
decision maker?
You basically want to find the final decision maker,
That's right.
one the money guy or gal. So
Yep, get the final decision maker. So that way you could potentially have that decision right then and there. That's the goal.
Yes, exactly. Yep. And how serious are they about getting their cleaning done? And how quickly do they need it? So these are questions that we obviously ask as we go through. But yeah, so we generally will go in and just take a notepad. Ryan actually records a lot of the conversation as we're walking through, and we're quiet. We ask minimal questions, and all of the questions that we ask are based around what isn't going right and how could you be better served.
Exactly, solving their pain.
So we're really not really paying attention to what rooms or where. One of us will write it down while the other one is kind of really keying in on the conversation and where is it going. When we finish the overall walk around the building, what do we do then?
Well, we definitely want to sit down and meet with them and hear more about how things are going right now, because that's where you can really get into the meat of the conversation.
And I love how Ryan said that, because I'm going to give you some props, because when we finished the walkthrough, you had jumped in with a question for her that propelled this last customer to bring us into the office to essentially talk a little bit more in detail and really get to where they were talking about their pain.
Yeah.
So
well, thank you.
It turned from a walkthrough to a pain conversation. And I'll tell you, the funny thing is that the walkthrough is maybe 50% of what you really need to look for, but the other 50% is the sit down discussing what the pain is.
Well, you really learn a lot about a person when you're sitting down with them. And we talk about core values all the time. That's what drives all of what we do.
Yeah.
When we're looking for new employees, we want to find employees that have core values matches. The same goes for our clients. We want the whole picture to be in alignment with each other. We want to have a cohesive thing that is running well, and everybody will be able to understand each other. There will always be differences, but you'll have people that are, they're like-minded, and they have the same values that you have. So that's what we're really looking for, and we don't outright ask them, "Are you loyal beyond belief?" But we're going to we're going to dig in and kind of hear that, reading between the lines.
Yeah, are they someone that you really feel like is going to match up with your values? So you can. The goal is always to work with them long term.
Exactly.
Yeah. So it's I don't know the saying. It's like I'd rather have one customer 100 times than 100 customers one time.
Yes.
That's so true with what we do in commercial cleaning. And there's some other things I really want to talk about too. If I could stress anything to you, it would be that that going around and looking at room sizes and carpet to floor ratio, and do they have stairs, and how many different bathrooms are there. Even more important than that, because there's ways of calculating that, is really nailing down what isn't going well and how you can help solve that and make it a really good experience for them.
Yeah.
Because it's not usually cleaning related, is it?
No, most of the time it's something else, like communication is one of the number one things. It's just a lack of, with the current situation, current cleaners, cleaning company, whatever it might be.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's usually something more along those lines, and then
Correct.
the cleaning kind of suffers as an after effect or a result, or
Yeah.
it just all blends together with the issues they might be having.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Both are important, but understanding what they really want is most important.
It is.
Yeah, and once you nail that too, and that's in the bid, like almost word for word with the pain that they're looking to solve, because you said it in their words, it makes you sound like a genius. But really, it's just they're the genius. They told you what they wanted. So
exactly. And if you don't get that, then they're really not being understood. So
right.
It really is the perfect way to begin that bid process, or really, even nail it down.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yep, exactly. And there's probably a better ways to do this portion, but then when we collect all the information, we record a lot of the conversations, we come back, and then is the process of really, you want to kind of clear your space. If you're lining up bids, I try to clear the space so I can get that out as quickly as possible. Usually it takes, 3-4 days. But in this case, I had it out the same day, and it was a peace of mind to me having it done. And also, I think it goes along with their problem is on the top of their mind right away. And the quicker you get to it, that all the more they're going to feel like you're ready to serve them, and you're excited to serve them, and ready to solve their pain. So exactly. That the quicker you get it done, is really important on that end.
There's something to be said about exceeding people's expectations too.
Yes. Yeah.
Like when she said, would Monday or Tuesday work for having the bid to us? And you just said with a lot of confidence, you're like, I'll have it to you today. And she was impressed right then and there. I mean, so that really, right there, we're just setting the tone the whole time.
Mm-hmm. How bad do you want it? How bad do you really want to give wholeheartedly and serve others? Mm-hmm. Is it in a week or two from now, or is it today? Is it right now? So yeah. I think that in my mind is the most important. So,
yeah. Well put.
Yeah. There's other things that are really important too. I want to talk a little bit about how we write the bid. So we have two ways. An Excel document that helps us break down the square footage and has a price and the categories. 50% cost of goods, 30% is overhead, and 20% is profit. So when you get that calculation and get that figured out, that's your baseline, your number per month. Mm-hmm. From there, we have templates already typed out, and we'll just modify each one to be specific with not only the scope of work, but also the business. And just it's a lot of copy paste and moving around, but the bids really are specific to each location that we clean.
Yeah, yes, they are.
And I will say, I would love suggestions of being able to get those things out even quicker. Instead of 3-4 hours, can we get it down to an hour or two? That'd be nice.
Yeah.
So
agreed.
Is there any other valuable information that we can give to our night shift family listening in?
I would say don't be afraid to ask questions of your current clients or of your employers. Great. Really just asking questions of anybody. Yeah. I want to ask questions of my employees to make sure that we're doing the best we can to serve them well and give them a happy, fun place to work at. Like mm-hmm. that's what I want most of all. So yeah, I'm always looking for ways to improve it. And mm-hmm. I'd love to hear from brand new clients. Hey, what did you think of the bid process? Was it all you hoped it would be? Or mm-hmm. was it kind of lengthy? Was it a lot to take in and feel unnecessary? Things along those lines. Want to hear their honest feedback. So. Yeah,
true. Was it too professional? Yeah. Was it not professional enough? You can better believe that with us, it's not going to be very professional. Oh man, but no, I think I don't know. I'd be open for feedback, but I think it's going pretty good.
I think so too.
Yeah,
yeah. We joke about not being professional, but it's like we like to have fun. So
we do. Yeah. Yeah. There's still ways of having fun and being professional at the same time. It's really hard for me to hold back sometimes, but
oh yeah, me too. I read something today. It's like everybody should have a friend who you shouldn't sit by at a serious event.
Yeah,
that would be the two of us. We should not sit next to each other at a large, serious, quiet event.
No, that's so true. That's so true. There'd be a lot of odd noises coming from our table.
With the two in back, please quiet down. Sorry.
Oh man, my bad. Well, guys, thank you for tuning in. If there's any comments, you want to know more, I don't know. It's what I would say is, if you've been having trouble, you just feel like your current company isn't communicating. I would always sit them down, and meet them somewhere in the middle. Like have them come in, take the pressure off, give them some popcorn and coffee, and just sit down and say, we've got some things that aren't working, and how do we make this better? And let them come up with a creative solution for you. And if you've tried and that hasn't happened, then obviously that we're here and we do things this way. Give us a call. We'd love to help and be a solution. And you can better believe that our team they're going to have just as much fun as we do on this podcast. What you see is what you get.
That's right.
As goofy and weird as it is, that's us.
Yep.
So, all right, guys. Well, we appreciate you. Thank you for tuning in. Check us out on YouTube, Facebook. Also, like, comment, describe on YouTube, and describe. Subscribe.
Something like that.
Hit the bell icon notifying so we can get, so we can get more views and get it up to the top of the list.
Yeah.
11, 12 subscribers, I think.
That's 12, a whole 12.
Yeah. Yep.
Pretty awesome.
Uncle, brother, sister, cousin,
Me.
and all your family. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Well, thanks, guys. And as always, we'll catch you on the next episode of Best Iowa Cleaning Podcast.